Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff here again. Just looking at a couple albums today that I recently got in that kind of snuck under the radar as far as my awareness of them. And I wanted to make sure that you all were aware of them in case it sneaks under your radar too. Because one of them actually may be a little harder to get now. I am glad that I picked up a copy. So, yeah, anyway, this one, Slave to the Empire by T&N, or Tooth and Nail. Now, this is an album, I had this album when it came out on CD in 2012, but totally missed that Rat Pack Records released a 2022 reissue of it on vinyl. Now, I get emails from Rat Pack all the time, and maybe I saw it, I don't recall ever seeing it, but then I found a copy of it for sale over at one of the buyers I buy from, and I'm like, was I aware of that? And then I looked and I was like, Rat Pack Records? I mean, Rat Pack does all kinds of great stuff. And they've done a lot of George Lynch albums. Anyway, if you're not familiar with T&N, Tooth and Nail, obviously play on words for Dokken. It's basically Dokken, the band, without Don Dokken. So you've got Jeff Pilson, George Lynch, Mick Brown. You've also got Brian Tichy he plays the drums on a couple of the songs, and you've got guest appearances by, you got Doug Pinnick from King's X. He does vocals on one of them. You got Robert Mason on lead vocals. Robert has worked with these same guys on that band, The End Machine. He's done a lot of other stuff too, other bands. So he appears on one of the songs here. Tim Ripper Owens sings lead vocals on one of the songs. Sebastian Bach sings lead vocals. Now what they've done here is it's got a couple new songs, but then it's basically re-recordings of some classics like Tooth and Nail, It's Not Love, Alone Again, Kiss of Death. So some of these songs are going to Into the Fire. Some of these songs are some, Dokken classics thrown in with some other songs by them. So it's kind of a fun throwback, fun look at Dokken in 2012, what they could be doing without the vocals of Don Dokken. So it's the band without. Of course, after this, the band did go on to do The End Machine, and at least for the first album, it was the same three guys from Dokken, and they had Robert Mason on vocals. And then I think on the second album, Mick Brown stepped out, but I think, is it his son that stepped in? I'm forgetting, but and they have a new album, third album, I think, that's on its way out, or is out, or just came out. But anyway, so just kind of fun, those guys working still together. But yeah, I didn't realize that this had been released a year and a half, 2 years ago. 2022 release, Rat Pack Records, double record, white vinyl. It's in not a gatefold, but it is a double record set. And it's got your typical logo, song titles with the artists who are on it. And then you've got the picture of the band with the special thanks and stuff here. So, yeah, and you can see they've got Brian and Mick on here as far as drums. It's kind of like a half and half. And, yeah. So, anyway, great stuff. I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, on the songs where there's not guest lead vocalists, I'm pretty sure it's Jeff Pilson that does the vocals on most of the other songs. So, anyway, he's a singer. In case you didn't know, he's a singer too. And Jeff has went on to do a lot of other bands. Who is he with now? Is he with who's the one? He's been playing with Foreigner or one of those classic bands. He's been playing with them for years. I'm totally drawing a blank. All right. Anyway, moving on. So if you can still get that, grab a copy. I got mine from Animated and Sandy Records. I mentioned them recently. Go check out. Maybe they still have it. It was on sale, cheaper than I would have expected, which was great. Otherwise, track it down. It's just a fun time. Anyway, this next one is just a brand new release, but this is a band project supergroup that I totally missed out on. They came out in 2015. They put out an album. I didn't know anything about it. 2017, they put out an album. I didn't know anything about it, and that's the one that just got released on vinyl. Art of Anarchy. Are you all familiar with the band Art of Anarchy? I'm totally not. I totally missed out. So the first album has Scott Weiland on vocals, and then the second album, this one here, has Scott Stapp on vocals. So, of Creed fame. And then you've got, Bumblefoot, who was in Guns N' Roses, John Moyer from Disturbed, and then you've got the Volta brothers, John and whatever his name is. They're doing on that. So have been the consistent thing. And then in 2020, was it 2024? They just put a new album out, which looks like it has Jeff Scott Soto on vocals, and that's a CD only release. The 2015 album was on vinyl. And then this one now is on vinyl. So yeah, I was not aware of this band at all. I was not aware of Scott Stapp's involvement. I'm a big Creed fan. I like Scott Stapp. It's on a nice pretty blue. So yeah, this one just got reissued on Brutal Planet Records. It is one of the limited run vinyl series. And so it's not a ton of them being pressed, but it just came in the past couple days. So you can most likely still get a copy of this if you've seen this video early enough. I ordered it, thought it was a pre-order, and next thing I know, boom, came in the mail. I'm not even sure if I got notification they mailed it. It just was like, whoa, I got a package. And that was it. So there you go. Two cool albums that both at least went under the radar for me in the heyday as well as the reissue day. And so as soon as I saw this one, I grabbed it. But if you missed out on those, check them out. This one you can get at Brutal Planet Records, boonsoverstock.com. This one I got from animatedinsanity.records.com. You can check out other places that may have it too. Rat Pack Records, I think when I checked there, they may still have copies. I don't know. Fun stuff. That's all for this one though. Thanks a lot for watching. Rock on and rock hard.